Then comes the guy that many Laker fans want, and the guy I've probably seen the most hype about if the Cavaliers have put him on the trade block. That player being Jarrett Allen. A player that's been part of their team and part of their core for about half a decade now at this point, dating back to when they acquired him back in 2020, but he's not played particularly well during the postseason, and I wouldn't be shocked if he would maybe be the guy they'd look to trade, other than maybe Darius Garland directly after him, maybe try to change their team up, and with the pathway being with Jarrett Allen. And well, if they would go that route, I think the Lakers should and probably would be interested, is a starting level center, theoretically would be a pretty good fit for their team, is a great lob threat, a very athletic big, only 27 years old, theoretically would be a good fit for their future with Luka Doncic, would fit their 3 to 5 year outlook, and actually is under contract for a large majority of that, albeit a contract that goes over $20 million per year, so might want to factor that in with a trade for him. But I think he'd be a good fit, is an athletic lob threat like I said, does fit well for them offensively, theoretically, is a pretty good defender, great rim protector, fairly switchable, pretty versatile player in general, and does live up to his current value in my opinion, albeit isn't an incredibly valuable contract, but would be a pretty good trade target in my opinion, and a guy they probably would be interested in. But with that in mind here, if the Cavs would trade him, what would they want for him, and is there anything the Lakers really have to offer for him? Well, in my opinion, probably not. I mean, looking at and talking about what the Cavaliers need, either a defensive-minded guard to pair with Donovan Mitchell, a guy that would be an upgrade over Darius Garland if they would trade him as well, which the Lakers really don't have to offer. The guy that many Laker fans want to trade and probably would think about trading here would be Austin Reaves, but I'm not sure that trade would make sense to them, especially if they don't trade Darius Garland first. I mean, a backcourt with all three of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Austin Reaves would not really be a great fit, and they probably wouldn't want that. So apart from that, they could maybe use another big 3-and-D wing or simply another big wing in general, which might be a guy like Rui Hachimura, but like I said when talking about DeAndre Hunter, they're kind of similar players and don't really offer something really that different compared to each other, so I'm not sure they want that either. Probably more than they want Austin Reaves, or more so from a fit standpoint and what they don't really have, but I still don't think they'd really want it. I mean, sure, we could try to throw an offer of Rui Hachimura with a guy like Jordan Goodwin or some other small contract, maybe Dalton Knecht, and their 2031 first round draft pick, plus 2 or 3 future first round draft pick swaps for Jarrett Allen, but I don't see it very likely. I'd love for it to happen, but I don't see him being a very likely option, unfortunately. And to make a trade work for him, it definitely would have to be some wonky 3, 4, 5 team trade, and the only one I could come up with that kind of makes sense, and take that with a grain of salt here as no 3, 4, 5 team trade is ever very likely to happen, would be one between the Lakers, Cavaliers, and the Orlando Magic. I think the Magic are a team that would probably be a great fit for Austin Reaves, but really don't have a direct pathway to trade for him without a third or fourth team being involved. So potentially all three of them could help each other here. Maybe the Cavaliers trading Jarrett Allen to the Lakers, and them getting a combination of guys from the Magic rather than players from the Lakers. Maybe a combination of Wendell Carter Jr. to replace Jarrett Allen, then a young true 3-and-D wing like Tristan da Silva, a guy that would probably be a better fit for them and could grow with their team. Maybe they'd be interested in that, and that's the only contract and player I could find to make the money work here. Then trading Gary Harris to the Lakers, also to make the money work, not really for a super valuable contract or player, but a decent fit albeit at that. Then trading Austin Reaves and Maxi Kleber or Gabe Vincent to the Orlando Magic. Then simply throwing the draft picks here to whatever way you see fit, and potentially it could be a decent trade for all three parties, albeit not one I find incredibly likely. I'd love to get Jarrett Allen, and I think he'd be a pretty good fit for their team, but I don't see a pathway for it that's very realistic and one that's anyway predictable at all here. Like I said, would have to be through some complicated 3, 4, 5 team trade, and we simply can't predict that realistically. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.